What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mystic B, and I'm here with the Amazon product review. I just received my order of pots and pans set from Amazon, and we can unbox them together. I'm so excited. You know you get it old when you're excited about getting household items. And y'all, I am so excited here. These products are from the NutriChef brand, as it says on the box. And I like how it comes with bakeware items as well as cookware items. So I had to get my content, and take my pictures. And this set is much needed because at the time that I received them, I just moved to Arizona from Texas and I barely had anything to cook with. I figured new city, new pots, and my little brother took my old set, so I wanted a pink set of cookware anyway, and I finally got a chance to order it from Amazon. And I like it better when my days move slow. So I gotta keep. The lids are silver and glass with cute pink rubber handles and very matchy with the pot. The smallest pot is so cute. Here's the lid to go on top of it. So super cute, the little set. And the utensils that come with this set are limited, but will definitely be put to good use. I believe I get a ladle, a noodle handler, and like a spatula. This is a medium pot, and the handles are made of rubber. This is a clip-on strainer that clips onto all the different pot sizes so you can strain water from them, which is so needed. And here go Big Mama, y'all. Here go Big Mama, the big pot, the big stew pot that I needed. So super cute. And again, the strainer clips on both the medium pot, the small pot, and the large pot. And here's the lid. There are 2 rubber handles on the side of the big pot. I would say that pan is my favorite pan, the square pan, because it has like tall edges, so it helps with people like me who not really that great at cooking. But also comes with a medium-sized pan and like a big wok pan. And then there was a smaller like egg pan that came with the set as well. So I'm just gonna set all of them on the counter again so I can get some more content, because the pots and pans set came out so beautiful, more beautiful when I thought. Like, this metallic pink set is so cute. I just had to get my different angles, y'all. Look at that. Look at how beautiful it is. I just love it. So it comes with 3 pots as well as 4 pans. And I feel like it's pretty good to, just start fresh with. And then here's the bakeware set that comes with a thin sheet, a deep baking pan, a cupcake pan, a square small pan, a round pan, as well as a bread pan. So all of it is matching, and they all came together. Even though they came in like 2 boxes, this whole set came together. And I got this whole set from Amazon for under $200. So I really feel like it was a good deal for the whole entire set. The utensils, the bakeware, the pots, the pans. These are all supposed to be non-stick ceramic coating. And like I said, new city, new pots and pans. Let's get into it. So I'm making my first meal with my new cookware set, and I'm gonna do something that I feel like is a default meal. I'm making spaghetti. I feel like at this point in time, I'm able to make spaghetti with my eyes closed. And since I have limited tools and limited ingredients, I felt like this would be, a good meal to start out with. I don't have a cutting board, so I'm using the thin sheet pan to kind of season my meat. I'm using Italian seasoning, onion powder, salt, pepper, and garlic salt to season my ground beef. And this is just how I do my spaghetti. I like to do 2 different rounds of seasoning after mixing it together, sometimes 3. And just to get my stuff really flavorful. I hope to share cooking videos on my channel But just as a disclaimer, I'm really not a cook like that, to be honest with you. I cook to save money, and I feel like my food is just edible, nothing too fancy. So don't be asking me to cater nothing. Don't ask me to cook for you. You know, if you want some edible food, if you want to just get to the next day, I got you. But as far as like a chef type thing, that ain't me. So I was showing you guys I have my pot that I like to use bell pepper, onion, celery, and green onion as my herbs. And I like to cook those in the pot while I season my meat. Then I go ahead and add the meat in there and mix it all together, working on getting the ground beef really brown, but mixed in with those herbs and veggies to kind of add more flavor, more seasoning to my meal. So I'm breaking it all apart in the pot, you know, kind of making sure everything is even and everything like that. I used to be into meal prep, but COVID threw me off my game and I never recovered. I know it's like 4 years later at this point, but I'm just saying, like, after COVID hit, it was like I've been trying to get back on my meal prep and I just never was able to do that. In my medium pot on the side, I'm trying to boil some water for my noodle. I realized that it wasn't really boiling. Like I said, everything is new. The stove is new. The pots are new. I ended up having to move it to another burner because I realized that burner's not really working. And like I said, everything is new. The pots, the stove, the city. I moved to Arizona where I had a job offer for a position in the mental health field. That's where I got my bachelor's degree in, as well as my master's degree has to do with the mental health field. And I started working on Monday, November 6th, and I was informed that I was unemployed by Wednesday, November 8th. The government was no longer funding the facility that I was hired to work in, and I was informed that I no longer had employment after moving to a new city, moving away from my family and friends. I ended up unemployed. So that rocked my world. I was down for about a week, but after another week of pushing through the shock and the hurt of what happened, I was hired for another job in a different field, a field that I had been really trying to get my foot in the door for a while. So it ended up working out. It really did. The first week involved a lot of tears, a lot of just me wanting to stay in bed. But throughout that time, I did seek out resources such as SNAP benefits, Medicaid, and unemployment assistance, as well as other state resources in Arizona. Even though I was new to the city, you know, I've tried to figure out, you know, what can we do to survive in this time. You know, we just moved, we just signed this lease. And so, you know, just wanting to see what I can get done. I could have cried more. I could have stayed down longer. I could have even ran back home to Texas. But luckily, I prayed, I manifested, and I stuck it out for a great opportunity. I am so glad that I stayed. I'm so glad that I didn't, you know, cower out and move home. Moving can be very scary, especially to, you know, a new state. And the worst possible thing that could ever happen to anyone happened to me. You feel me? How do you move to a whole nother state and then 2 days later you're unemployed? But I'm moving forward, I'm staying positive, and I'm doing the best that I can, you know, in this crazy situation, which is cooking some food, okay? Sometimes a home-cooked meal could really help your mood, really help how you look at a situation, really make you feel better. You know, like I said, everything was new. The city was new. We were away from our family. So, you know, this was something that was very familiar, was cooking and, you know, making sure that we have full bellies at the end of the night. It can really, you know, help you keep fighting for another day. So these pots were ceramic, non-stick, and they reduced a lot of like sticking to the side, sticking at the bottom. Like I said, the stove is kind of new and kind of wonky, so the temperatures were a little up and down. And so I like how these pots, pretty much kept everything at, like, a cool pace, so I didn't burn anything with using this new set and everything. So I am still making sure that I'm stirring, mixing. I'm adding my spaghetti sauce to the pot, making sure everything is mixed together well as very well seasoned. You feel me? Because a home cooked meal ain't gonna be too good if it's not seasoned. All right. But tell me about some times when you had some struggles when you moved and you had doubts about moving. What was something that was scary about moving, and then it actually turned out to be not as bad, but something worse may have happened? Share your stories with me about your move. Like I said, we contemplated going back home to Texas, and within 2 weeks of me losing that job that I came out to Arizona for, I received an offer letter for another job opportunity, and I was so grateful for that job opportunity. It gave me a lot of training in the field that like I said, I've been trying to get my foot in the door with. I hadn't had any luck with getting hired in the field of human resources and payroll. So I finally got a job in payroll working with a very well-known company. And I was so excited about that. And it would have never happened if I would have cowered out, been scared, and tucked my tail and went back home, right? So, pros and cons. Some things were beneficial, some things weren't. But at the end, it's all about, taking your time to process, taking what you need to process, and then making sure that you're making efforts, making steps in the right direction to move forward. Like I said, I sought out resources. These are resources that I tapped into when I was in Texas. I've had to use SNAP benefits when I was in Texas. I've had to use Medicaid when I was in Texas, as well as unemployment from time to time, because sometimes the struggle is real. Sometimes life happens. I didn't think that this would happen. I packed up my little SUV to the brim, filled it to the brim with what I could, which did not include pots and pans, right? Did not include any cookware, bakeware. And with the hopes and dreams that, I had a secure job, I had secure employment. But as y'all can see, life happened to me. But we just kept the ball here that the strainer really works really well. I clipped it to the medium pot and was able to strain the water out of the spaghetti noodles, and none of them spilled out. It fit perfectly on the pot. I love that so much. These items, again, are ceramic coated and therefore non-stick. So everything was really easy to clean. Everything was dishwasher safe. And this is how my spaghetti is looking, all steamy, all hot, all nice and flavorful, all good, I'm loving how it's looking. It's looking all yummy and edible and ready to eat. Like I said, edible. But y'all can kind of see how the red sauce is really not sticking to the sides or to the bottom because of that ceramic coating. So I really love this pots and pan set for that reason, that it's very easy to cook with for people like me who are not that great at cooking, who don't really like to cook and don't want to burn the house down. I honestly would give this product a 10 out of 10. Would highly recommend. If you're looking for a new pots and pan set, definitely try to get yours with Amazon. I'll include the link where I got mine down in the description. And like I said, all of the items in this set are dishwasher safe. The bakeware, the cookware, the pots, the pans, the lids, the utensils, everything is dishwasher safe. So before I sit down and enjoy my meal, let me make sure that I have a clean kitchen. You feel me? My new kitchen. Let's keep it cute. Let's keep it new. Let's keep it clean. Let's make sure that, now that I finished cooking, I straighten up, take the trash out, take everything out before I sat down and enjoy my meal. I'm gonna have my little garlic bread. I'm gonna have my little wine to go with it, y'all. But like I said, hopefully I will bring you guys more cooking videos and share with you how I do my cooking. Not to say that I'm a chef, just to share with you guys. That's pretty much a wrap on today's journey, my shiny stars. But remember, just like the moon, your light never fades. It just moves through phases. Keep growing, keep glowing, and never dim your shine for anyone. If you enjoyed this cosmic ride, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment so we can keep soaring together. If you like the pots and pans that I purchased, maybe if you want a different color, they do have them in all different colors. I honestly had to wait a while for the pink, but I will have a link posted in the description. Until next time, stay bold, stay brilliant, and always shoot for the stars. Trying to pull